having two components in PeopleSoft. One is it's a part of technical tools, it's a people tools. And the second one is applications, it's a functional, it's a functional module. So these functional modules, like in our session we are going to discuss completely about applications, not people tools. Is a technical part. I think you don't need to know the technical tools, but you should basic idea of the tools. What are the tools that we are using in Peoplesoft to develop to design the application. So if it comes to technical tools, like basic idea, this is not a complete idea. I'm not going to say. So what are the different tools available here? How we have to what is the use of them? So here, if you see here on the screen, there are development tools, integration tools, reporting tools, administration tools. So development tools in the sense is completely developing the new application. So did you ever log into the Peoplesoft page, Shiraj?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when you log into the page, you can see lot of links available there. All those are developed from this by using these development tools like application engine, application designer, people code, and workflows. So the next is integration tools. What is integration means? For example, if you want to get a data from external sources, like those maybe third-party systems, as they are sending the data in the form of files. In those cases, you need to load those information into our Peoplesoft. To do that, we can use these integration tools. And the same as reporting tools, we'll say it's a purpose of reporting. Like in Peoplesoft, you created one bill for the customer. After that, once the bill is created, the next step is we are going to send that bill to the customer. In what format? It's either it's PDF or Excel format. That should be it's called a report. Those type of reports are developed or created by using reporting tools. Whereas coming to the administration tools, these are nothing but one comes under security, data mover, security for giving different roles, permissions to the users, and all these tools can be taken care of by admin. Peoplesoft admin role will be there now, so he will be taking care of those things. The data mover for migrating the data from one database to another database. You know, in SAP also you may have several instances, right?
Yes.
Shiraj?
Yes.
Yeah, development, production, and testing, and UAT, like this, different instances. Same as here we can have instances. So if you want to migrate the data from one database to another database, you can use data move scripts. These are basic tools. What are the tools that we are using? Along with the tool, there's applications. All these tools can be used to develop these applications. Like fscm, and if you consider fscm, you can have there are other modules are there. Yeah, fscm, HRMS, campus solutions, and there is one more thing is a CRM, customer relationship management. All those can be implemented using Peoplesoft, where we are going to discuss about these like billing, accounts receivable, accounts payable, and general ledger. So we'll discuss one by one detail. So before directly entering into our part, we are having different project type, implementation, upgrade, and support. And as I told, the environment comes under development, test, production. Yes, this is the main thing you should know in Peoplesoft. Whether you are technical or whether you are functional, you should know what are the structure of the database, how the database structure is defined. So when you are implementing Peoplesoft for the company, you will need to install a unit that client must have database. That might be Oracle or SQL Server ever. The second thing is people tools should be installed, and along with people tools, you have whether it is FSCM or HCM. So when you are installing the database, that time some tables were loaded. Those tables are called system catalog tables. And at the same time, you should install the people tools. That time also you get some tables get loaded. Those are called people tools table. Same as applications. When you are installing the applications, some tables should be loaded. Those are application table. So how can you identify all these tables in the system? So if you consider the people tools, system catalog tables, these are nothing like sys underscore like this, sys underscore object, like this they are started. If you see any table started with sys, it's a system catalog table. So it's next come to people tools table. If any table in the Peoplesoft that started with PS, that comes under people tools table. At the same time, if you see any table started PS underscore, those are called application tables.
Kumar, can you explain system catalog tables again?
Yeah, system catalog tables in the sense like your company should have one database to store all the data, whether they are vouchers, payables or receivables data. So in those for this to store them, we need to install our database. Okay, that time some tables gets loaded. Those tables are called system catalog tables. Okay, Shiraj? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, okay. The next is applications. If you you are working on like applications. Basically, for example, we are going to work on finance. So we have separate tables for finance. Like if you go to billing tables will be there. Go to receivables, there are separate tables for those. Like modules used to have tables. So in the application tables, again they were divided into three types: control tables, transaction tables, non-control tables. So what is control? If you see any table that has set ID, it's a high-level key field. High-level in the sense it must be a key, primary key in the table. That tables are called control tables. Same time, that transaction tables, like if any table will having a business unit will be the key field, then those tables are transaction tables. And also run control tables, mostly these run control tables will be used to run the different process, different programs, like different reports. Okay, so like when you are generating the report for the customer, only if you want to generate the report for specific customer, that specific customer ID should be provided. Those should be provided through run control tables. So we can identify these run control tables by using OPRID and run control ID will be the key fields. If any table in the Peoplesoft, if you see these two fields are high level key fields, then these tables are called run control tables. Okay? Clear with table structure.
Yeah.
And what is set ID? What is business unit? Do you have concept of set ID in SAP?
No. But we have a concept of business unit, but not set ID.
Okay, then how all the business units are maintained in SAP? Is there any particular operating unit is there?
Well, business units, when you're defining the company, you can set up business units too. For example, we have a business unit in Hyderabad, India, right? One is in London, right?
Yes.
So that's
right.
how you define the business unit.
Right. So set ID will be the top of all these business unit. Is a high level. Like for example, if you see in India, we are having multiple branches for one company. So you consider Oracle. For example, it has headquarters in California. So all these branches, wherever it has, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Bangalore, all these branches they will have one business unit. Each one will have one business unit. All this will be controlled by the set ID that is created at high level, at headquarters level, at like California. And the next thing is uh, uh, Shiraz, you have the term effective date.
Effective date.
Yeah, like for example, today, yeah, we created one customer in the system with address as India. Okay, so tomorrow the customer address has been changed to the some other country, US. So what happened when he was in India? He purchased some goods. So he purchased some goods. After that, his location was changed. So how could the system knows whether he was in India or US? Those should be maintained and by the effective date.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. For example, if you see the table that you on my screen, there is a customer ID C00001. First, his location is San Jose on 15th July. Now come from the down. This effect is. For example, he is first at 13th. On the 13th July 2014, he was at Seattle. On the 15th, his location was changed to Seattle 1. And after that, his location was changed to San Jose on 17th July. So now he has 3 dates, 3 locations. So when you are generating invoice to this customer C00001, the system automatically picks the current affected row. This is the current affected corresponding to this current affected data row. That is San Jose. Okay. Automatically pick where how we should maintain. I will show you once we started discussing about the customer.
Okay.
And then what happens? Like the customer is 13 on Seattle. On the same 13, he changed to Seattle 1. On the same 13, he changed to San Jose. Then what happens? Then how the system knows, how the Peoplesoft knows, how how we can create the bill for this location, for this customer. So because the dates are same, the locations are different, the customer is same. But the current location of the customer is San Jose. How could we know? For this to get rid of this type of situation, Peoplesoft introduced effective sequence. So, for example, the customer is in 13th July. His first effective date sequence should be 0. And in the same day, if he changes the place, this sequence should become 1. On the same day, it changes 2. Then the system picks which one is the max effective sequence. The corresponding address will be picked and create the invoice to this. Okay? Clear this point. Because in the Peoplesoft, the most of the concepts, the vendor setup, customer setup, main setups like main transactions are based upon the effective date. And here some terms are there.
Okay.
History effective date, current effective date, future effective date. What are all these? For example, leave it about sequence now again. And the customer is at now Seattle on 13. Come to again first example. First, yeah. Here, currently the customer is. I will take today's date. Today, John 13th. Is John 18th. Is at today's date. John. Sorry, directly the feedback. Forgot it. Thank you. Okay. on the 13th February, the customer is at Seattle location. So after that, on the February 18th, that means today is Seattle, and in the 23rd February, his location is going to change to San Jose. He informed us. So we can set up these in the system. So wherever the 13th February row, this is called history effective dated row. Today's date is not called current effective date. And this is nothing, this is going to be changed in future. That's why it's called future effective data. Got it, these points? Shiraj?
Yes.
Did you get this effective date concept?
Yes. Yes, I got it.
Yeah. The next is like we're actually stepping into our actual functionalities. Okay. In our session, we are going to discuss the functional modules, billing, accounts receivables, accounts payables, general ledger. So, like just want to know, do you are aware of this all these modules, like basic flow, like basic things in your
Basic.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
basically, yes, I do understand what they are.
Okay.
I'm in accounting. I have an accounting background, so that would not be.
Oh yeah, then we should have basic. I know, yeah. Then we can go in the each module. We can go into deeply by transaction wise. When the starting of the bill to the how it is going to the general ledger. Okay, what is the flow and how we can create the bill? What are the different types of bills? I can show you and I can explain in our sessions, the regular sessions. Today, just I'm going to explain the process flows. Okay, just
Okay.
process flow. What is going on billing? What is going on receivables? What is in payables? And what is general ledger? That's one.
Okay.
So, just this is a process flow for accounts. Sorry, billing. So what mainly what we are doing on the billing is just we are creating the bill and sending it to the customer. That's it. Nothing will happen here. Okay. So we are creating the bill means to whom we are creating the bill? For the customer. So the prerequisite is customer should be in our system. And the customer date should be less than our invoice date. That means, for example, the customer is entered yesterday. The bill should be created from yesterday only, or after that yesterday. Like if you create, for example, you created a customer yesterday, but you created a bill before yesterday. That means on 13th or 14th, like if you create, it won't work. The date of this invoice date will be maximum or more than the customer date. Yeah, now how we are creating the bill? From where we are getting the bills? So in Peoplesoft, we will create bills in two or three ways. One is from online. Online in the sense simply you can open the page and you can create manually like this is so and so customer, he has purchased this many of goods, this much of amounts. Like that we will mention and save it. The bill will be saved. This is the one way. Second thing is we will get the files from the third party systems, because why we are getting files? Up to now, consider the example. Up to now, we don't have people for your company, for your client. So now, tomorrow onwards, the Peoplesoft was implemented, Peoplesoft billing was implemented, and they are going to start working on this. So up to today, they have been maintaining all the bills by using some third-party systems. So once they implemented Peoplesoft, they don't lose third parties promptly because all the users are familiar with the third party, not Peoplesoft. So they take some time to handle the Peoplesoft as well. It will take some time. Until that time, they are also using and maintaining the third party. Then then what third party will do? They will send the files. They will send an invoice to the our Peoplesoft in the form of files. Those files may be XML files, CSV files, or fixed files. Any files they are sending. What we will do? We will simply load them into the Peoplesoft. But you may get a doubt that Does Peoplesoft can read any type of the file that are coming from the customer, like third party? No. We need to develop one interface program to read the type of the file. That interface program can be developed by using technical folks, not by functions. So once the bills are loaded, you can validate the data. Okay?
Okay.
You can validate in the sense all the details are entered correctly or not. You can check it that one. If it is not entered, you can adjust that invoice. You validated the bill, it looks good. The next step is finalize the bill, because we should finalize the invoice as this is the bill, this is going to the customer, and like this, and print that invoice. And print that invoice, and see in the billing, the transaction is bill or invoice. The same, the terms are different, but the concept is same. The bill and invoice both are same. So the bill is finalized and it was printed and is sent to the customer. The next step is we can send those entries, the billing entries, to the general ledger, because at the end of the day, whatever transaction you are doing in any module, those will be entered into the GL, because it's the heart of financial system. Because every master reports in the sense balance sheets, all those are generated from the Peoplesoft general ledger. So we should send the account billing entries to the general ledger. Accounting entry is nothing but simply the billing transaction. So in the billing, the bill will be having detailed information. What is detailed information? Means you ordered 4 laptops, 5 desktop. That should be mentioned clearly in your bill. Like the customer, so customer Shiraj ordered 4 laptops, each laptop cost is 25,000, so 1 lakh rupees. And you ordered 5 desktops, each one is 20, it's at 1 lakh. And the overall invoice amount is 2 lakhs. Like this, the clear information will be shown in bill. So you send the invoice to the bill. Then what is the next step? The next step will be you need to get the payment from the customer for the bill. So the customer paid for the bill. Then where you can maintain the maintenance of the payables, the receivables will be in accounts receivables. Okay. So you are getting the payment for the bill that you send in the billing module, but receiving payments and maintaining on receivable modules. Then how could the system knows the customer has owed this much of amount? Did you get my point?
Yes.
Yeah. So how the system knows? For this, you should have the copy of invoice in the receivables to match, because you created $1,000 invoice to the customer. It is in billing, and you are maintaining the payments receivables in the receivables module. Though the customer, for example, the customer pay only $900. Can you receive it and close it? No.
No.
You should match it. What is the invoice amount for that customer? That should be done in receivables. So to be done that one, you should have some copy of the invoice in the receivables. That's why when you are generating account finalization and printing, you should have one process, like you have one process in Peoplesoft. What it will do, it will load all the bills into the receivables. So here that invoice is called item. The main transaction in account receivables will be item, not invoice. But what is the difference between item and invoice? Item will have only summary details, like bill is detailed. Detailed, I told you, 5 laptops, 4 desktop, and overall amount is 1 lakh. But in the item, you can see only the overall amount is 1 lakh rupees. That's it. You don't see like 4 laptops you purchased. That those information not appeared in the item. Once item is here in the accounts receivables, you get corresponding respective payment for this. You should match both of these and both should be closed, and item will be closed. After that, you should run the posting process. That means again payment entries will be entered into the general ledger table. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, got it. What is going on in receivables?
Yes.
Then, for example, invoice amount will be $1,000. Then customer pay only $500. What about $500? Or if he pays $1,500, what about 500? What we have to do with $500? All those transactions will be maintained and done in account receivables. Yeah, like for example, $1,000 invoice, the customer pay $995. So you should not offer him for $5. He may be a valuable customer for you. If you ask, you will get somewhat different feeling on your company, and you may lose your business partnership with him. So how we could handle those $5? Like invoice amount is 1,000. He pays $1,005. Then how could we handle how can we handle those more for like extra $5? All those should be handled in receivables, Shiraz. Next, do you get the things? What is what are the different things handled in receivables? And next is what is next? What are the payables? Is a completely opposite to the receivables. Receivables, we are getting the payment from the customers. Payables, we are paying to the persons. That's the difference. Our amount is going here, whereas in receivables, we are getting amount. Then, what is the transaction in accounts payable to pay the amount? Same as in the billing, we created invoice or bill. In the payables, we create voucher. Okay. In our system, we are creating the voucher. That means somehow we have owed to somebody. So we are creating the voucher means we have somebody. We have to have somebody to create a voucher. What is called the somebody? That someone is called vendor. Okay. So before creating our voucher, we should have a vendor set up in our system. So you set up vendor in your system. The next step is you are going to create a voucher. Voucher, same as bill. You can get vouchers from online files or some other modules. Some other modules in the sense they may be coming from PO, purchasing order. So once you created the voucher must be approved. So approval can be by your superior, your supervisor. Once the voucher is approved, you can see this flow. I will come at the next for this side. First you go through this flow. Online entry. What happens if you enter the online? Once it is approved, the next step it is posted. Posted in the sense same as accounting entries generation. So the accounting entries will be generated in the GL. The next step is applying the payments. You can apply the payments using different methods in the system. So after applying the payments, the next step is payment posting. Whatever payment entries you created, those will be posted to the GL. That will happen when you enter an online. But in the same way, when you get the voucher coming from other modules, purchasing. Purchasing means what we will do in the purchasing. Simply we'll create one request for the vendor saying that we need this much of goods for our company, like that. You just create one voucher. One request. That request is called PO, purchasing order. So once you receive the goods, you start creating the voucher. So once the voucher is created, there's a one matching process you are seeing in the diagram. What is matching process? For example, in the PO, like in the purchasing order, you created a request for the vendor as I want 2 refrigerators and 4 coolers or 4 fridges, and you mentioned the amount and everything. So the same receipt you created a voucher, and you should match these both, the voucher and PO. For example, you created 4 desktop, 4 laptops there, and in the voucher if you create 5 desktop, 5 laptops, then when you run the matching process, it failed. Did you get? Shiraj?
Yes, yeah. Yes,
Yeah, you
I
got
can hear you.
yeah, the matching process. The matching process will be done between voucher and PO. PO is simply the requisition request form, like you need this much of goods. So once matching process is done, the next step is as usual voucher posting. And voucher post, what if the matching process failed? Then you need to check why the matching process failed, and you need to check the exceptions, errors, whatever in this matching. The next is voucher posting, and after that applying the payments and payment posting to the GL. But in the middle you will see one link, interface to IAM. What is interface to IAM? See, in the accounts view, what happens is you purchase one car. The car is yours, and you are paying something for the car, whatever Audi you pay the amount of Audi. But that Audi car is your asset at the end of the day, right? So you have asset as Audi car. So you have to send that Audi car information to your asset management module if you implement. If you don't implement, it will be lying right. But if you implement, you can send, like simplify, you can get the transactions from accounts payable into asset management. That's the accounts payable flow and things that are happening. Here the main transactions are voucher. The voucher can be created for vendor. Next one is this is an important one, and heart of the people, like not only Peoplesoft, for all the financial system, the heart is general ledger. Because why it is called heart? Because the centralized part in the finance system, every master reports are generated from this general ledger. I think you know what is general ledger because you have some accounting background. So here, see, I told you all the transactions from the different modules will be entered into the general ledger. So see, we are getting the general ledger, like if you see in the PO, like in the billing, you call the transaction as bill in your item in the AP voucher. So all these are generated here as journals. Okay. So the AP vouchers are coming and enter into the GL as journal, and HR entries will be coming, and student financials is nothing that campus solutions. All those will be finally entered into the general ledger as a journals. So once you once you created a journal, you should have edited the journal. Edit in the sense validate the journals. All journals are correctly created or not. And once the journals are created, you should post them into the ledger table. So ledger is the main table in the Peoplesoft to generate the master reports. Like at the end of the day, you should know what is your company status, like whether a company is running with profits or running failures or losses. That should be known to your CEOs, CFOs by using this master ledger generated from this ledger. So like ledger will have summarization, journal will be the detailed one. There's a main difference between the journals and ledger. Journals are individual entries, ledger is summarized entries, that's it. Yeah. This is one of the journal generated process, how the journals are generated. As I told, in the every module we are generating accounting entries. So all these accounting entries are generated as a journals. When you run one of the important process in Peoplesoft journal ledger is journal generated process. When you run this, all the journals from the different modules will be picked and created journals. So journals are created now. The next step is posting them. Posting the sense affecting like loading them into the ledger table. There's a process going on in the journal. In the journal ledger, nothing we do. Just we are creating a journal. We are getting a journal from different modules and loading them into the ledger. So that there are different reports will be there. Envision reports mainly. Envision. Those Envision reports are the main reports in the Peoplesoft that can be used for generating the master reports. Shiraj?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yes, I'm
it
here.
about, yeah, yeah, that's it about all the process flows in the journal, like in the modules that I mentioned you. Okay, we are going to discuss about individual modules now. From the first, we are starting billing. After that, receivables, payables, and general ledger.
Okay.
Okay, do you get as actually what is happening in each module now?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any questions?
No, it's pretty simple. That's all I already
Yeah,
knew, but you refreshed it. That's good.
yeah, okay. So that's it for today. It's like just a basic like introduction class between you and me, just basic idea what you have, and what we are going to discuss about regular sessions. Yeah, that's it, because not going to more deeply in today. So once we started building, initially we can start slowly and we can pick up somewhat speedily.
Kumar, can you share this document with me, whatever you taught me, and the recording, so I can review it again?
Yeah, yeah. This recording will be sent by the guys who coordinating with you.
Okay,
All the,
perfect. Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
yeah, then we'll catch up you tomorrow at the same time. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.